pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Mike's 59. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins, this one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Okay, ready. 5'9". Bound to lose one. Watch tight end. 4 down. Tight go.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
White. March 47. Pick it up, guys.
Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 15, check mark 15. Guys, game situation. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That one caught by Ellison. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
21. Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll go back to the ground with Johnson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He gets this one to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Garoppolo now. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Haskins on 3rd down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Gets it off to Freeman. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Play action. Haskins. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Here
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Well, pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
11.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey, watch the sled. Watch the sled.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Two.
Mike 47. Coming this way. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down. But able to slip across the 35.
A gain of 14. First down, Panthers.
Garoppolo, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go. 180.
Check back 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Stay hot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Again, it's Johnson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards. I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one? That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 11. Garoppolo. And the catch made by Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play. As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Saints' 9-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
Who that?
Lock!
7 to Mike. Hey, here we go.
'21.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, just as they thought they were going to add to their lead, the rug gets pulled from right underneath them on that pick. And now after that big return, might be the other sideline grabbing the lead. Yeah, very well could be. This is where you count on your defense to go out and make, I'm not going to call it a miraculous stop, but make it very difficult for them to get the ball in the end zone. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jake Butt, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
65, 65.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the slip, watch the slip.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Coming to you, coming to you.
From the 36, Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Jamie Gillendow as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check, 59.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. That's complete to Jake Butt. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Freeman. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Check 59. He's 59. Mike the 59. And here we go. Watch the pass.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or 2 short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go to Johnson again. Got some room at the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Tucker. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Looking long for time. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jake Butt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
21.
Minus 50, minus 50. Woo!
Hey, Haywood.
50's the mark.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That one caught by Ellison. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
12.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go,
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, orbit.
Check Mike 47, check Mike 47. 65, 65, 65. Mike's 47, Mike's 47. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
6.
47's the mic, boy, 47.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check, 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 check.
Haskins to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
New Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, baby.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go, let's go.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Here we go. Double tight, double tight. Double tight. 3 down.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
And Mike's this move. Here we go, here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Yeah. You don't want none. Mike's 2.
Two!
Hey, watch the slam.
Two! Hey, exit!
50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Garoppolo to throw. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
11.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey! My 7!
Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, pick your game up.
My 52!
There's a card in
Say
it.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
11. Hey, Delta!
His team showed up. 4-7's the Mike, 4-7's the Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
Lock!
Check Mike.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
Garoppolo's pass intercepted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Looking long for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here we go with Haskins. Complete. It's Johnson. And they work this out past the 25.
Here we go.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for New Orleans, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.